Hi, I'm Rich Life from Glossy Appearance Products, and today we're going to talk about doing hand correction with our polishes and protection. And through a lot of requests through Glossy fans who are not particularly a big fan of using machines, we're going to teach you today how to do proper polishing and correction by hand. We're going to go ahead and start on this black lotus that has your common scratches and swirl marks, and we're going to show you by hand how to remove a large percentage of these. Not perfection like a machine, but we're going to show you how to get results. So let's start by cleaning the panel first with our gloss enhancer quick detailer. And we're going to go ahead and get this residual film that's on the panel off so that we can properly take a look at it. And from there, we're going to come up with a pad and product combination to remove these imperfections. So let's go ahead and get this clean, take a look at it and see what we got going on here. And if you look closely at the panel, you can see a lot of what I call towel marks or scratches caused by a car wash or maybe a dirty towel. But we're going to go ahead and start with our extreme cut, because if you look closely, you can see a lot of little circles and marring and scratches going on here. Now I'm going to go ahead and use our orange cutting foam. Now this foam is a little bit tough or coarse, and not coarse it's going to scratch, but it's going to give us that bite that we need with a polish to help level some of these scratches out. And that's going to be our extreme cut. Now this is our more aggressive cutting polish that we usually use with machines, but it works awesome by hand. So let's go ahead and show you how to use that. We're going to go ahead and apply a dime-sized amount of product to the pad to remove the imperfections. And what I would do first is go ahead and rub it into the pad, spread it out, and work it in, okay? We're going to work a small section of this door panel, so I'm going to go ahead and grid a small area right here. And what I might do to do a transition, so we can see the before and after, I might do a left and a right. So what I'm going to do is take some masking tape and first mask off the door so we can do a fair comparison here. So that you can see the before and the after. So let's go ahead and we're going to work on the right side of the door, and we're going to use the hand applicator with the extreme cut and the orange foam pad. Now one of the things that we teach in the old school was a circle motion would remove imperfections or oxidation, but we're not dealing with conventional paint like we used to back in the day. Not even conventional, let me reword that. This is a base coat, clear coat. In the old days we had what was a pigmented paint, like an enamel or a single stage paint, and these paints are going to be a little bit more careful, so you're going to use a back and forth motion. I'm going to demonstrate how to do this properly. So now we're going to apply the orange pad to the panel, and what we're going to do is we're going to do a back and forth overlapping motion, and we're going to work the product. We're going to get our coverage first, kind of like when we do with machine polishing, and we're going to get it covered first, work a small area. And now what I'm going to do is apply medium to heavy pressure. You can see I'm doing an overlapping pattern, and I'm using medium pressure because I want to work out the deeper scratches that are in this panel and back and forth. Now I'm going to do this for about 3 or 4 passes. Then I'm going to take a blue microfiber towel, and I'm going to take it and do an inspection. See if I reduced a lot of the marring that's in this panel. As I can see, I'm starting to level out these scratches, and it's not really causing much hazing or marring in the finish, but it's reducing the swirls. Another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to repeat the process because I can still see a little bit of imperfections in here. So I'm going to go ahead and hit it, and I still have enough product. And one of the key things you want to remember is you don't need to keep adding more product. This foam will retain a lot of material so you can keep polishing a small area. So I'm going to go ahead and work it a little bit more. And I'm still applying medium to heavy pressure right now because I really want to see how much I can remove these scratches. Now I've done 3 or 4 more passes. I'm going to take our quick detail or gloss enhancer. I'm going to go ahead and mist the door to remove the residual extreme cut that's on the door. And I'm going to do another inspection. And I've taken out probably about 50 or 60% without using a machine. So now we're going to go to the next step, which is going to be our mild polish, and that's going to give us the clarity and depth we're going to look for after we use the extreme cut. Now we've completed our first step with the extreme cut and our orange pad. We're going to go to our next step, which is more of a finishing polish or a medium finish polish, depending on the color of the vehicle that you're working on. And I'm going to choose our yellow pad, which is a little bit softer foam. And this is more for clarity and bringing out the color enhancement in the paint after we've done a cut by hand with an orange pad. The Evolution cut as you can see, each product that Gloss offered has an RPM gauge. And this is what we're going to call mild to least aggressive. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and add, make sure you always shake the bottle up thoroughly. We're going to go ahead and add a bead or dime size amount of product to the pad. And I'm going to go ahead and rub it out and spread it in this pad so I get even coverage when I do the area. Now this is not going to be as aggressive. This is really going to enhance the color and the clarity. And I'm going to use the same motion as I did with the extreme cut. I'm going to spread out the material first. And now I'm going to go back and forth in an overlapping motion. And what's great about this product is it doesn't leave a lot of residue in the cracks. It's very clear and there's no powdering. I'm going to make a few passes. And I can actually feel the paint starting to get squeaky in here. And that just means it's really doing a good job cleaning it and restoring the color and bringing out that showroom look again. So now I'm going to use blue microfiber towel and some of the Gloss Enhancer Quick Detail to take off the residual evolution cut. Now we're going to do an inspection. And we're going to take a look at it. And as you can see, the clarity has gotten a whole lot better from where we started. And not bad. Now, if you find that this step is marginally better, what I would do is there's still plenty of evolution cut in the pad. I'm going to go ahead and just repeat the step. And sometimes you're going to have to repeat the same step several times until you obtain the results you're looking for. Let's go ahead and repeat this real quick. 2 or 3 passes. As you can see, as I'm working this product, it's disappearing. So really not going to be much to remove. Let's go ahead and use the Gloss Enhancer again. Again, use a small portion right to the door. And I always recommend, now, people ask if we can do this in direct sunlight. Not that the polish won't work, it's the fact that the panel gets so hot, the product's going to dry on the panel. And you could cause potential marring or scratching because the panel is hot, not because the product is causing them imperfections, because paint swells when it gets hot. And that's just a note on dark color fecals that you want to make sure that you pay attention to. Now we've completed the step with the evolution cut. We're going to go to a final step of protection because now we've done the cutting steps to remove those car wash and towel marks and California duster marks. And now we're going to proceed to our protection step, which is the Concorso.